Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by Hood Tech Productions or Hood Tech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time.
It's time.
Get ready. Get ready. Let's do it.
What's good?
What it do, Willie Biggs? I think that it is time for the show, bro.
All right, it's the HoodCast theme song. It's about time we gave y'all a new one. So G-Mac got us in the booth. Let's go.
Hey man, we back. It's the show from the past. So get your drink and grab a seat because we're here. And if I didn't before, let me make it clear. We on Instagram and Facebook, turn us loud up in your ear. We're shining brighter than a hanging crystal chandelier. Hanging from the roof, shenanigans funny as hell. You know, man, we the truth. Without further ado, I hit the boards and grab the mic. We get online a little early so we can get our sound right. And then we go off and show off when we do our thing. We spit the truth to the world. I hope you understand our slang. I am the host who they call G-Mac the boss. Trying to make up for the lost time in the few years that we lost. We play that 5S music, it's the same thing all the time. My passion is so depth, but you can tell it in this rhyme. I'm good on my refreshments, I done been went to the store. The moment we all be waiting for. It's our time now for the show, yeah.
All right, let's go. It's HoodCast. You know what it is, your favorite show, twice a week. www.hoodcast.podomatic.com, hoodtechproductions.com. G-Mac, I'll tell them what it is, bro.
The show that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week. The show that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week.
This is Robot Ron, and now the moment you all been waiting for. G-Mac, Willie Biggs, and Code.
Can I say what's up, world? Yes, I think I can. What's up, world? Welcome back to another edition of Hood Tech Presents the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproductions.com. Ooh, shit, I'm having static electricity here. HoodCast 255. I'm in this thing, G-Mac, along with my co-host, Willie Biggs.
What's happening, people? How y'all feeling tonight?
Koki Modadon.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Jesus.
Jenny.
No.
Right, we supposed to be. Hey, bro, this is a calm, cool, collective HoodCast because we have a special guest.
And she's a whole vibe, people.
Yes.
A whole vibe. Black girl magic.
And since William Biggums is the one that brought this spectacular guest to us, we're going to let him introduce her in.
Well, I think it's only right. This is how we wrap up Women's History Month. We really wanted to get. We actually had a couple of guests we lined up, but you know, everybody can't make it. Always arrangements don't work out the way you plan to. But we spoke to this very special young lady, and because of her schedule and her jaunting around the world, she was kind enough to fit us in so we could get her in on the last week of Women's History Month. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable, the most talented artist, activist, hip hop ambassador, Miss Toni Blackman.
Black girl magic.
Jen is obviously a fan. She's much of a fan. She's probably the only one that read all that detailed information you sent us. So
Everybody did their homework.
I knew already from the Dove commercial. Don't judge me.
It's been a while since I've seen you. It's good seeing you again.
What's good? Yes.
What's good, Toni? Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you, man. I know you said you're in another part of the world. Where are you located right now?
I'm in Dakar, Senegal. In West Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got that around the world delay going on. But Toni, you said it's midnight there now, right?
Yes, it's 11 minutes after.
She is in the motherland, honey. She's in Mecca.
So
Motherland.
she's sweet enough to be up at midnight to do our show at 8 p.m. Eastern time here on the East Coast. So we got folks in multiple time zones on 2 different continents. And Tony, we really appreciate you coming. I'm gonna step out the way because this is our Women's History Month interview, and I want Jen, I lovely host Jenny with the head wrap to run
Yes,
this.
yes.
What?
Because I knew
Yes.
she was gonna be more prepared. When I sent over your information, she hit me back like, "Oh, she's a superstar. She Black Girl Magic." I was like, "Okay, Jen, calm down." I said, "Well, this is probably the closest we're gonna get to Michelle Obama on this show." And
But before she gets started,
okay, what you gonna say, Kokomo? It's probably gonna be inappropriate.
So that's his
I
job.
would like to get her view on the slap last night with Chris Rock. What's your view on that, Miss Tony?
Did she even see it?
Okay,
it's
wait.
probably been all over.
Okay, what's the question?
He wanted to get your perspective on the slap received by Mr. Chris Rock for his.
You know,
I mean, we were trying to think what is a hot topic, so we want to start off with a little pop culture tonight.
Yeah.
That's a hot topic right now. You know,
The
everything
hottest
about it.
topic.
I'm sipping my
How did you
tea.
feel about that?
And
You sipping your tea?
I'm sipping my tea. You know what? I thought I started to write a piece about it, and then I just stopped. And then I think she's called the Village Auntie online, and she's a Muslim woman. She does a lot of work around women healing, women rites of passage. She spoke to distractions and how it's come along, and then we become so engrossed of it into it, and we act as if as important as climate change, as important as the economy, and like, yeah, it was a thing, yeah, it was wrong, on both sides, but it was humans. Humans make mistakes. We have so many issues going on, yet we're going to be obsessing about this one thing. Nobody's talking about COVID. Nobody's talking about healthcare issues. No one's talking about hungry children. Nope. So for me, personally, that was one way I felt about it. But the other way I felt about it, as a Black woman, it was refreshing to see.
That's the flip side.
That slap. Now this may be inappropriate for me, you know. I have some friends that are so.
Well, maybe not inappropriate here.
Yeah, you showed on the right level.
But it was just like
balance.
it was.
I plead balance.
It was like lemonade, refreshing. And I didn't watch the Oscars, you know, and I just social media, and I saw people were going crazy last night. I was awake way too late, and I was up, and I was like, what? No.
Now, Jenny, we can't hear you. No,
Jenny, we can't hear you. You're muted.
I just see your lips.
Kokomo, what were you about to say?
Now, all the women gonna want their man or their husband or wherever the fuck they are to. Hey, you ain't gonna snap this motherfucker. And
is that gonna become the standard? That's gonna become the standard.
Yeah, they don't flip this shit now, man. So men, hey, y'all, we stuck in a hard place right now. You know, shit.
I don't think my wife expects me to go out and slap anybody because somebody didn't bring her enough ketchup at Chick-fil-A. I don't expect her to, you know. I honestly thought, and we had discussed about this before the show, Tony. I thought it was staged.
Me too.
I thought it was staged. Jen, we cannot hear you at all. We can't hear a sound from you.
Just lips flapping. That's it.
Just log out and log back in because your sound is gone. And did we lose Tony? Her video froze there. Something over the ocean. We lost her. But I honestly thought it was staged. Kind of piggybacking on what Tony said. Hope we can get her back on what Tony said. That the whole idea of a distraction Yeah, she's across a continent. So hopefully we can get Toni back. But the whole idea of a distraction at a time when we got war going on, the COVID situation is we just lost her. The COVID situation is seen to be winding down. As Koki would say, they done ran that hustle of death. How do we lose both women doing the show on our end of our Women's History Month show?
I don't have a
I know, right?
What's going on?
Yo, it must be that move you said Elon Musk was making.
Elon, we lost all the women.
Elon Musk got something to do with this shit.
Evil scientist Elon Musk killed all the women on the show and killed everybody's connection. But I thought, now what? Who's that? Who's this? Who in the comments here says this? I cannot see this. My eyesight is so bad.
It wasn't staged because they had to cut out the audio on the live.
Yeah.
That motherfucking wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
But still,
yeah, and the thing is, see, here's the thing. Even with that, and the person made the comment. You said it wasn't staged because they had to cut out the audio on the live. This is Hollywood, man. This is Hollywood. They can coordinate. We can't hear you, Jen. I don't know why we can't hear you. G-Mac, is there something going on your side? You can.
Nope.
What is going
on?
If you figure that out, G-Mac, tell them where they can get their music played at.
Surely, I surely will. If you want to get your music played and you are an artist, please.
You got to get Toni back.
TheHoodCast@gmail.com.
We got to get Toni back.
Maybe it's a storm or something going on over there. Because, boy, it sure is cold now. Boy, it feel like it's late November in this month.
Of the world, though. She is on the other side of the world, though. So, man.
Yeah, I understand that. Hopefully, we can get her back up by the time we get through the first music break. But the reason I was saying, this is Hollywood, man. They can stage anything. I mean, the cutting of the live feed, I don't think Janet Jackson's accident at the Super Bowl, I don't think that was staged.
That was staged like a mud, too.
She had a malfunction in her wardrobe. You think that was staged?
Yep.
It's weird though, because don't we always have these things when the world seems to be in like a mad chaos? When it seems like that. So, you got the economy's going nuts. You got gas prices through the roof. You got a war going on that could actually propel us into World War III, depending on what people in NATO and what Russia decides to do. And then out of nowhere, Will Smith smacks the shit out of Chris Rock.
I mean, smacks the
what happened? Remember what happened around 9/11 and Michael Jackson died? Who died around 9/11?
Toni back. I'm sorry.
Sarah Fawcett, right?
Yeah, and Michael Jackson. But nobody remember Farrah Fawcett dying because Michael Jackson died. Toni, we got you back. Okay. All right, we're back. Let's get back to it. We got to get as much as we can in before we go on this music break because I don't know. This transatlantic interview is having some technical difficulties.
Right.
We're going to have to leave the interview then.
This transatlantic collection is going nuts. So anyway, I was kind of piggybacking on what you were saying about distractions and how, with so much going on in the world, we don't need to be distracted by, something as petty as what's going on in pop culture. And I was saying that when I first saw what happened, when I heard about it, because, we all heard about it live, I thought it was staged.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was staged. I watched it multiple times, I thought it was staged. And I was just telling my colleagues here, I was like, it's so weird how, us, for those that don't know, Toni and I are both Howard University alumni. We went to school at the same time there. I used to go to her freestyle fellowships down on 9th Street. Yeah. And Toni's mean on the freestyle too. Hopefully we can convince her to give us one before she gets out of here.
I got got one of her tracks coming into the second segment because it's gonna be played.
Oh, definitely. So y'all get to hear Toni do one of her other many talents.
Yes,
Wordsmith that she is. But I was telling myself it's quite often that when you see all this turmoil in the world, it's always there seems to be some distraction to make you look left.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Being a Howard
you're here now. Yes.
Oh, you're here. And being a Howard University HU alum and being one of those people who spend a time around a lot of conspiracy theories. Those late night conversations we used to have when we were in college about COINTELPRO and just how it would just spiral off into everybody's greatest dystopian nightmares. And when he slapped him, I was like, see, that's what they want you to pay attention to.
Well, see, I saw it, but see, here's the thing. I saw it in real time. I saw it in real time. Now, this is what I found. This is my take on it. Now, in my pettiness, let me explain. I savored every minute of it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Will used Chris as a scapegoat. That man is frustrated with Jada. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, here we go. I love when a woman gives another opinion on the woman's opinion.
He played off Jada.
I don't have to do it.
Listen.
He played off of Jada because he was fucking laughing. He played off.
Just y'all just hear me out.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'm gonna make this real quick, like Cliff Notes. With as much money as Jada Pinkett Smith has, when August Alsina clout chased, she could have easily took her red bottom shoes, put them on that red table, and kept her mouth shut. She didn't do that. Instead,
I thought you doing the same thing.
Hold on. Instead, she put Will across from her on that table and made him look weak. Will, instead of him, as an adult man, saying, you know what, I am not going to sit across from you at this table. He did, with the tear face, became memes, late night monologues, and the brunt of jokes for a whole year and a half while Jada kept talking and talking and talking and talking. Bad Boys 3 came out. It was a hit. You end up playing Venus and Serena Williams' dad. King Richard is a fabulous movie. The whole award season, you're consistently being on the red carpet, and these old entanglement jokes and memes start coming up, and you're starting to get shaded all over again. Here it comes again, to the point where you got Laverne Cox, Orange is the New Black. She cuts a joke. Regina Hall last night, before Chris Rock did the G.I. Jane joke, Regina Hall threw a punch. Now, I did not watch the Oscars up until I knew Will was going to win. We all knew Will was going to win. He was getting ready to join the Mount Rushmore of black male actors. Chris, Jada, this whole alopecia thing, y'all, Jada has been shaving her head, growing her hair back, shaving her head, growing her hair back for decades. Alopecia or not. So when he did it,
go ahead.
You know, sorry. When Chris made that joke, Chris Rock is not funny to me. Sorry, not sorry. He's just not. He has a type of humor that just doesn't appeal to me. When he made the, he's not funny. He's just hidden. So anyway,
we about to hit our 20 minutes. We gotta play some music, Jen. Hurry up with this story.
Anyway, when Will got up and he hit him, I'm like, I said, okay, that wasn't for anybody but Will. That hit served Will. He's like, you know what? You put me in this situation to be embarrassed, and I'm tired of it.
So you think he went up there and slapped Chris Rock so he wouldn't have to be mad at his wife?
Pretty much.
I do. So that was a long and short version of that. You think he slapped Chris Rock because he was
tired of being embarrassed by his wife? Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I'd rather him slap Chris Rock than slap his wife.
I do.
There's a lot of other things he could have took that. He could have took that out on a lot of different ways.
So I do know this right here. I do know when he got up, he had in his mind already that he was going to go slap shit out of him.
All right, listen. We about to get to our first music break. We're not going to spend this whole show talking about Chris Rock. We got the incredible Miss Toni Blackman here. I'm not going to waste this resource. When we come back, we're going to talk about our TED Talks. We're going to talk about her world travel, her ambassador work. We're going to talk about her activism. And we definitely gonna talk about those hip hop rhyme skills because that's what I remember her for the most.
You might get a little freestyle on here.
We're gonna beg for it. We might. She's lucky she's not close enough where we can actually get her in sync. But listen, we're gonna break for some music, and when we come back, we've got more with Toni Blackman, y'all. Stay tuned.
Be right back, y'all.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
Yeah. Right. I am fully present. I am here right now. Gone till November now. Gone in the moment of living in the present. I am a proponent. Stop fighting against life and being your own opponent. Tomorrow ain't promised. Let's act like we know it. Now one thing is for sure, nothing is guaranteed. So I shall proceed to slow down my speed. Learn how right here, right now. Ain't gotta plow through everything you do. No pain, no gain. Not always true. Ooh. Take time, boy. Smell all of them roses and enjoy the view. Every breath we take, every move we make has the possibility of being filled with serenity. Why wait to live? Our all to this moment is what we want to give. So breathe and be right here. Be right here. Be right here. Be right here. Don't waste time. Be right here. Be right here. Don't waste time. Present. Be right here. I am here. Don't waste time. Be right here. Be right here. Don't waste time. Life is fleeting, thoughts be competing. The past versus present and the future so misleading. Sometimes being still is what we're needing most. So connect with your breath. Don't worry about the next moment. See, summers we be counting. Bills never stop mounting. So breathe and be right here, my dear. Oh, be right here, be right here. Don't waste time, don't waste time. Be right here, be right here. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. I allow myself to relax in the present. I choose to be in the present. I am here now as I love and approve of myself right in this moment, right here, being right here, right here. Be right here.
We right here. We are back. Second. That was a HoodCast exclusive. Toni Blackman. We're right here. See, I told y'all that I was gonna put it on. But I tell you, we back, everybody. We back.
I can't front. I like that joint.
Yes,
That joint
sir.
is smooth. It's soothing.
Thank you.
Very
It's soothing. It's soothing.
So are her positive affirmations.
Definitely right. I follow. If you don't follow Toni on Twitter, you got to, because every now and then she not every, well, I get them from on a regular, because she will hit you with a few jewels that kind of help you get through the day. Even if sometimes it seems like she be talking to us, but she might be talking to herself. But they apply to everybody.
I be talking to
they do.
myself.
I think a lot of people be on Twitter talking to themselves. You know what I mean? It's like a little
Yeah,
self help
yeah.
therapy, kind of reflected out into the world and hope it come back.
Yeah.
Well, Toni, tell us, what are you up to
Yeah.
now? I know you're like traveling the globe. What are your current activities?
Well, my current activities, I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
And I have Brooklyn in the house. I have this dream, this vision. I've had it since I was 18 of living in Africa. But the work is New York right now. So my goal is I'm gradually setting up my life so that I will have a home based here. Eventually, in a few years, I will move. And so that's a big part of what I'm up to. And then I'm doing my hip hop meditation music. So everything I'm doing with hip hop is now related to emotional wellness.
Really? So, let's get more into that, the emotional wellness part of it. How are you incorporating it? I mean, that song I just heard, I mean, that's definitely that sounded like something my mom would be playing on a Saturday morning as we just kind of getting that day going.
That's the goal. Like, what I wanted to do was make music that makes me feel good, music that makes me think. Like, a lot of what I have to do is to reprogram my mind. A lot of my anxiety, people have real anxiety where they need medication. My anxiety is my brain. And it's like, some people, they drink too much, so they have to go into recovery from alcohol. Some people smoke too much, they got to go in recovery. I'm in recovery from life, right? And when I came out of the womb, I was super sensitive. I was super wise. I was precocious. I understood things adults understood, but I didn't have the maturity. And so I just kind of have been going through life. Like, life it was comfortably difficult at all times. And so now that I'm older, it's like there's a lot of people like me on the planet Earth. And what they do is they just go chill. They stay in their house. They don't be around people. And I was like, no, we have a right to live and exist as well. And so I just wanted to get the information out. There's also the stigma around mental health in our community. You know, my brother suffered from suicide in 2018 July. He's no longer with us, and
Sorry
I
to
know
hear
a
that.
number of people. Yeah, I know a number of people who suffer from depression. And I remember saying to a girlfriend, I said, well, you know, I'm managing my mental health issues. She's like, don't say that. You're not crazy. And I'm like, I didn't say I was crazy. I
No,
said I'm
that's not what
managing
that
my mental
means.
health issues.
Right.
But she wouldn't even, she was freaking out. And I was like, yo, are you serious? And she was dead serious. And so I told
Very.
him, and I remember telling my mom, I was dealing with anxiety during the pandemic. And my mama told me to go pray.
Yeah. But God created doctors and medication too.
She told me to
Yeah.
go pray. So I was like, you know what? We need to do everything that we can do. So I've been involved with hip hop for most of my life, and I'm maturing. I've grown up, and I was like, you know, I'm not ready to let it go. What do I need to do? So I needed to do something for me that made me feel good and centered. And then it kind of expanded. And then who knew the pandemic was coming?
Right.
When the pandemic hit, then all of a sudden my followers went up and engagement went up because people needed it, you
Hmm.
know. And
They
then I
needed
ended
that. They
up
needed the
doing an
help.
interview. The New York Times reached out for an article on meditation, and I got featured in Mindful Magazine, one of the biggest wellness magazines in the country. And then Discover Magazine called to interview me about the why so many young people were listening to lo-fi music. And I'm like, because they need to relax.
Right.
You know,
Hmm.
they
Right.
get it. They get it. And so that's when I realized, oh, there's a space for me here. I
Hmm.
can do my thing, keep flowing, keep going. And now I got really, really focused. Unfortunately, I procrastinated in my perfectionism, my fear, my self doubt, and my business advisor, who was really believing me, had the resources to support me. He passed away in last August. So he
Oh,
was diagnosed with stomach cancer
Hmm.
January and was gone, barely 50. And so that was a huge wake up call for me. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna live.
Hmm.
I
So
can
I am
appreciate
living,
that.
which is why I'm here.
I can appreciate because when I first want to invite you to the show, I was like, "Now Tony goes and listen to one of our shows. Did we just lose our link again? This internet is they trying to stop us from having Tony. They
Right.
don't want to let us get as much Tony as we can get at one
We
time.
need some more Tony.
We need more Tony.
Right.
It's,
This
it's
is
killing us
very
right now.
necessary.
It's very necessary. The internet is fighting against us. But honestly, I think Tony's as you all can see, she's an amazing person.
Yes, she
And
is.
as soon as we can get her back in here, we're going to hopefully she's going to reconnect. And Jed, I want you to leave with a question when she comes back. And of course, I know Kokomo's brimming with some thought provoking. He like you're muted, Coco. What are you gonna say? We can't hear you. We can't hear
Hey,
you. And
bro.
he can't hear us either. Coco, can you hear us? Coco, we can't hear you.
Oh man, damn! I had to said a whole spoonful of shit, man.
He didn't say nothing. He was doing them out.
Yeah,
He was going,
I was like, hey, look, I was
Why
doing
you
it
on two
again
of
at this
them?
point in time. But yeah, man, she's a real
Which one you
upbeat
gonna be
guy.
on? This one or you on two of
what you saying, Coco?
I,
That
I
is
don't.
classic right there, boy. She was like, oh my gosh, she scared herself.
That,
That is hilarious. Oh my god, Jen,
Oh,
Jen,
snap.
you didn't know you was looking at you. You know,
oh my
I'm
She
glad.
scared
I'm glad we had the right background up.
goodness.
Yeah, that wasn't the camera. The fella tied up in a rubber mask on a rack and behind. We
herself.
want that to show up on the show.
This has
Hopefully,
been
we'll
a
get Tony
long
back.
Monday.
Hopefully, we'll get Tony back. But yeah, this is
She gonna
truly
come. She
being a
gonna come
Monday.
back. We're gonna get her back in a second.
This is truly being a Monday today. It's because we know we got it. And I promise y'all this: if we can't get Tony back, we will get her back for another show because she has so much to offer, and I think our audience will really appreciate it.
Well, you know what I enjoy so much about it is that this is a woman who has found a way to be artistic without a gimmick.
Without a gimmick,
Right.
she's not selling sex; she's selling wellness.
Right, where where it's okay to be introspective. It's okay to be educated. It's okay to be dark skinned. It's okay to be natural.
Yeah, you know
Yep.
I'm a hair guy. I'm liking the hair.
Oh yeah, she's all of that.
Not the
She's
grab.
all of that,
But
and
and
beautiful
then
inside and out.
and beautiful and not to dumb yourself down to fit a standard, but I
No,
was
she's definitely
reading
not
an
doing that.
article
Right.
where it was something to the effect of she had an issue, and I related to her so well. Her issue was the weight thing, where people told her,
Tony, hold on. Wait a minute.
"Oh, if you be so much prettier." There's Tony.
I don't see why Biz was big. Let's get
I
so
was just
pretty on.
talking about Tony,
It was
an
my ugly face in a
article
big old square.
that I read where you were told that if you had lost 10 pounds, you would be so much prettier, but it was coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
And you turned that.
Ah,
And we just lost Jen. But
you
Tony,
know
can
what
you
I'm
respond to
saying?
that? Can you tell us about that article?
Oh
I'm
no,
telling you, the
well,
internet is fighting against us tonight.
it
It's
really is
either
because
her or it's Jen.
I've been here. I've been here a whole month, and I had no streaming issues. I'm working on my biggest project ever, and I've had not one. And tonight be the night. But
That's crazy.
yeah, but no, it was I was a cheerleader in high school, and then I've also done a lot of performance work, and so I've just been reminded. I've been told that multiple times in my career. And,
You were a cheerleader?
Yeah, of course.
Were
I
you
won this. I won the Spirit Award.
were you one of those oh my god cheerleaders? You
No, I
were,
was like
were
the,
you a sis boom bye let's
yes,
go?
yes, yes,
You were a
yes,
step it
let's
up type. You were
go.
the black girls in the Step It Up movie. You were
Yeah, yeah,
Gabrielle
yeah,
Union. That
yeah,
was you.
yeah, yeah. But we also did the other stuff. We
Okay.
are here. Yes. So, but
Okay. All right. That I
I
did not
won the
know.
Spirit Award. I won the Spirit Award, yo. But also won Spirit Award on the volleyball team, which meant I sucked. But I was the most spirited player. Um,
You got the honorable mention.
the most energetic. But yo, no, it's the thing is, I was told that a few times in my career, that you would be great if you just lost 10 pounds. Even when I remember there was I signed with an agency to do plus size modeling. I was still living in DC, and I had lost weight to be, it was a boom, boom, boom size. It was a size 14 or size 16. It was like very rigid. But I remember I drank carrot juice and ate almonds the day before a big show. And I had already been fitted for a wedding gown for this big expo. And the fashion coordinators talked about me so bad, I quit the next day.
Really? Because
Oh,
you ate some
wow.
almonds?
My
there you go,
skin,
Jen.
yeah. I didn't know that almonds and carrots make you bloat. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But
Water
only
retention.
skinny. Well, only skinny people, we care about that, right?
Right.
And I was like, but that's all I ate was salad and carrot juice. But I didn't know.
Salad
And
and carrot juice.
carrot salad and carrot juice. And it made her retain water.
Hmm.
Wow.
And they went off on me, and they just went off on me. Like
And
I
I
Why?
had
Because
went and
the,
ate
the
and I
why? Because the
related
clothes fit too
to
much.
too tight.
too tightly. And I related to Tony so well because I always experienced colorism. Because
Yeah.
telling somebody, oh, you're pretty for a
But
dark skinned girl is not
Yeah.
a compliment.
Right.
Why is that?
That's not a
oh, G Mac,
compliment.
we're not even gonna let you entertain that. We're not
That's
gonna let you
that's
do
that's
that.
not a compliment.
It's not.
And
You're not
then,
gonna let. He said,
I it was things hearing, for example, I remember being in college because me and Mac went to college together. And I remember I was going to pledge a particular sorority. I'm not going to say which one.
Put a
And
paper sack up to your face when you went to the party.
that's how that made me feel. And I was going to pledge a particular sorority. And they said, we don't see too many dark skinned girls pledging this sorority.
It's
Why don't you
different.
try them?
Oh, I won't
Oh,
even ask you who
wow.
them are. I think I live with one of them, but
Wow.
No, no, it
So,
ain't them.
but what I like,
It's the other one.
Tony, what I love is, by the way, y'all, Tony has a Wikipedia page, children. You know you're a big deal when you have a Wikipedia page.
is it the truth though? Tony, is that Wikipedia the truth?
Is
Do we have
is
to go
it
through
is
there?
it
Well,
true?
We have to
it
go there.
actually it was a part of it went up as a part of propaganda campaign. That's another
Did it
story. Yeah, I was a part of a
really?
diplomacy part. Yeah, I was really naive in the beginning of my work as a I'm the first cultural ambassador for hip hop
And
officially.
Right.
congratulations. And
So
congratulations
I've
on that.
yeah, I've traveled
Good
all over the
job.
world, but I also have done some independent work, and I
Right.
learned some hard lessons on plant on the around the globe. And one of them
Mm-hmm.
was with a particular country that had a century-long war with another country.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that when I got hired, and then they paid for a first-class Grammy Award-winning engineer to travel with me to do this project. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize that I was going to be positioned. Um, I was going to become a pawn. And it was because I
Oh
didn't ask
wow.
enough questions. I didn't read both sides of the issues. And it was a very painful lesson. And they
So
literally put my face, and they edited the video. So we had say so over everything, but forgot to get the contract on the video. So you see me, you see Martin Luther King, you see me, and you see Obama, you see me. And
Oh
so what it was
no.
saying that, oh, black folk in America are with us, like as if we were choosing a side between these two European countries. It was deep. It
Oh.
was
really,
deep. But
so
I did love the people there. I will say that I
Though,
love the people where I was. Yeah.
though of the circumstances, you learned a valuable lesson. That lesson right there would take you
Yes.
throughout
Yes.
life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Though I have a question for you myself. My question is, what even brought you into the hip hop? You know what I'm saying? How did you even know that you first had that gift? What to be able to present yourself as being a black woman, and then step into a male dominant the industry.
Well, I mean, I'm a hip hop head. I'm an idealist. I didn't choose it. It chose me, and I
Mm-hmm.
bumped into it as a kid. I started out popping and locking and dancing, and then Laverne Rice, and Felicia Gaines. We all went to Central Junior High School. That was the junior high school that the hood went to, and they didn't care about us. And when certain Proposition 13 got passed in California, where I grew up in the Bay Area, school buses were cut, arts programs were cut, after school programs were cut, and at school sports were cut. So we would have to catch the city bus to get to school, which meant we had to leave an hour early, and we would arrive at school 40 minutes before the doors open. So,
and that's when the
back
cycles broke
then,
out.
that's when the ciphers broke out.
Mm-hmm.
And we would hairbrushes became microphones.
Yep,
And
yep. Cafeteria
we would
tables
sit
became
on
drum
top of the,
machines.
that's what happened. And
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yep.
how it
And
started. That's how it
and
started. We
Oh,
speaking of cipher,
that's hip hop. That is hip hop from the ground up.
I love how you described in your TED talk the
yeah.
cipher, because you were saying that a cipher isn't just hip hop, and you go into explaining the
Yeah.
different forms of
Mhm.
ciphers,
Mhm.
that there's a
Mhm.
dance cipher, and you see
Yeah.
ciphers in church, and you see ciphers
Yeah.
here, and you see ciphers there. And I just thought that that description was amazing,
Mhm.
because we've never looked at it like that. We've
No.
always
Yeah.
looked at a cipher as
Yeah.
a group of people and
Yeah.
only putting it to rap.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
intriguing. And you know what? I think that perspective probably opened people's eyes that had never really
Yeah.
thought about the
No,
fact
because
that
I
a cipher
hadn't
was a. I hadn't thought about that way. Never. Somebody
Yeah.
say
at
cipher, I
all.
think bunch of guys standing around outdoors in the
Right
cold,
on the street
definitely in the
corner,
cold
like
with
this.
big bomber
Uh-huh.
jackets on.
Head
Probably
nod.
And
can't afford to get into the
Tim's,
club, and somebody's like, "Yo,
right.
spit something." Hopefully, there's a car that's parked on the curb that got a beat
Do so.
playing, and we just ain't
Yeah.
got a cat beatboxing. But before we,
Yeah.
no, and you
Right.
definitely gave us a perspective on that. Now the TED Talk,
Yeah.
how did you
Mhm.
come? How did that happen? Well,
Yeah.
before you tell me, probably on this Tony, I've always been amazed, and I always look at you and be like, how'd that happen? Like you,
Because they're amazing.
I've seen her for I've seen Tony since I was 19 years old, and she just
Yeah.
seems to like move through the world,
Yeah.
and I don't think anything happens to her. She makes things happen, but
Yeah.
you are always. I don't know. Some people are impacted by the world. Some people impact the world. It seems like to me that you kind
Yeah.
of move along, and as things encounter you, you make the best of it.
What
How did
is
the
it at
TED
a
Talk come about?
young? Well, at a young age, I decided how I wanted to live my life. And then what I would do is I would meet elders that would kind of push me along. Also, I'm very teachable, I'm very coachable. So I've had hundreds of mentors. I attract
Mm-hmm.
mentors. I attract people who are going to pour advice into me. And then I've learned to take what I can use and dump out what I don't. And don't diss people. Bitter people you can learn from too. Like, I'm not mad, but I had a mentor who pushed me to be bolder. And Ethelbert Miller in Washington, D.C., he was the
Mm-hmm.
director of African American Research Center at Howard. And
Mm-hmm.
our alma mater did him wrong. But he was the director for many, many years. And so he pulled me up one day and he was like, you know what? He's like, don't be afraid to pioneer. He says, you're one of those people, you have ideas, you have visions, and you need to just, if no one else is doing it, you build and create, and it's going to happen, and you'll enjoy your life much more. And it was just one conversation. And I think I was like 19 or 20 when I just decided how I was going to live my life. And so the challenge is that puts you 5 to 7 years ahead of everybody else. Sometimes you're 10 years. And so it took me a long time to realize I had to stop trying to get people to see my vision, to accept me, to approve of what I was doing, and then accept that they're going to be back. They're going to come around. And that's what happens now. And so the thing is being open. A lot of us are not open. We're not open to possibility. We're not open to opportunity because we're afraid of uncertainty, because we don't really have faith. We don't have
Wow.
faith, but I live my life in pure faith most of the time. When I don't, life gets very miserable for me. I did an interview with Rory Verrett from Protege Podcast. He also went to Howard, but Rory was asking me, what's your secret? What was your strategy? So he asked all these successful entrepreneurs and business people. And I was like, strategy? I don't have no strategy. And so he kept asking me questions, trying to get me to articulate it. And then he says, let me sum it up. So then he articulated what my strategy was. And my strategy is just faith. It
Faith.
is that simple. It's faith. Even me being here right now, it's pure faith.
So you just
Because
step out
on
there
paper,
and take it,
I don't
take it
have
in.
the resource. Oh, because look, if you live a good life, I live a good life. Meaning I treat
heard
people
that.
well and I apologize when I've made mistakes. Even if I gotta write a letter about it, I gotta write an email about it. I'm going to make sure that I get complete with these people. I forgive people, right? I might not mess with you no more. I might have,
Forgive, but not necessarily
but
forget.
I'm going to let go. I'm not going to
Right.
be angry. I'm not going to be mad at you. If something comes up that could benefit you, I'm passing your name. If they ask me for your number, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to give it to you. Now, there's a few people, I'm not doing nothing for you, right? But generally speaking, and what it does is it helps you to live a light life. And it helps you to stay in the light. The challenge, but then the other challenge with that, like I have a couple of young sisters in my life who they're living in the light, but other people don't like their light, and now they're miserable and mad at the world because this person don't like me and this person hating on me. I'm
That's the
like,
worst. That's the
stop
worst.
shining, then stop shining. Like it comes with, and so it's like that. The internal growth, the inner work is just critically important. And you can manifest these things. I also live an idealistic life, and an ex told me I had a very childlike imagination. It was an insult, and
I think we need to have that type of
Yeah, you gotta
imagination
have the
though,
dreams that you
because
had as a child when you become an adult.
when you have a childlike imagination, I feel like your possibilities are endless.
yeah,
Because
Don't you
children don't
think?
see. They don't see
yeah,
obstacles. All they see
They
is
don't.
yeah,
Don't have that faith, the size of a mustard seed. I mean,
right,
that's all you need, and
yeah.
that's what
yeah,
makes you.
Most adults, we get to a point where we start going, I can't. We come up with so many reasons why we can't do something, as opposed to why we can do it. Well, and to be
yo,
honest with you, Tony,
yeah,
this interview was actually just a therapy session for me. I couldn't think of a way to get this session out of you, so I figured we'll get her on the show, then this will help me make this transition to sound good.
Right.
So
well, I
we
mean,
had
yeah,
to
that's
string
not
you
that's
on.
getting it.
Now
That was
we're gonna
it.
come back. We're gonna come back in our third segment. We want you to stay. This show is definitely gonna run long, but that's fine
Okay.
because I like it when it runs long with good stuff. So
Okay.
we're gonna go into some music. G-Mac, you ready for another break?
Yep.
We're gonna go into
Well,
another music break. Tony gonna be back.
right back after this.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
What up? What up? What up? Yeah. Yeah. What up? I got the sauce, the sauce, the sauce. What up? The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. I only got big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lame, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce, the sauce, the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. Yeah. I only got big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lame, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce. Gold bottles and gold Cartiers. Big homes with foreigns outside and we all it is. Yeah, my girl got a girl in designer wear. We are not the same, little nigga, yeah, it's kinda clear. Meanwhile, I'm chillin'. Bentley four-wheeling, big chain on winning. While you all up in your feelings by the old bitch I used to roll with. Get a business, that's my old flexion, it's my old sex, that's why you illin', huh? I got the sauce, I be in the coop. Yeah, I got your bro, she be in the loop. Yeah, bending corners with me, big dog. And I had gang sick though. Fly nigga, I'm a fly nigga. All these stones make it hard for me to tell time, nigga. I'm a different kind of breed, money can't buy, nigga. I really be in the mix, yo, stand by niggas. I got the sauce, the sauce, the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce, the sauce, the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce. Call a bottle service, we ain't running out of chips yet. If she bad, ace of spade, get her lips wet. We celebrating like we won a big bet. Tell them more than anything, this the big check. You know that hard for shit. Where if you act like you tough, they'll park your shit. Niggas be flyer than Jesus on some coffin shit. Spinning a rack a week on some abortion shit. I dead niggas, I fed niggas. I took so many losses, I really ran circles around you fed niggas. I swear I melt niggas, but I'm too busy trying to get to the cheese. Don't need your help, nigga. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce, the sauce, the sauce. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with the boss. I got the sauce.
It's CC Mac, Big Cash, and you listen to Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
I'm so grimy, I'm not shiesty, I do whatever for that cash. Once I make it with this rap shit, we at the bank, go clear the stash. And these bitches all on me, they know it's goon just by my mask. We on the town, sliding deep, we got some ammo in this rental. All my niggas be some ninjas, we ain't fucking with no splinters. I bow my head and pray to God, he know that I'm his favorite sinner. She say she like me cause I'm different, bam, I'm fucking with your mental. Ain't Glockiana been acting bad, I'm finna smack her with this switch. Ever since I told her up, when she get mad, she like the glitch. My nigga told me about his beard, I damn near whipped us up a brick. And niggas taxing for some lows, you want a P brick 26. You in good hands when you slide with us, girl, you will all stay. Can't get no love from where I'm from, all they show is all hate. Don't think I'm sweet just cause I'm rapping. 6 feet if y'all play. Big gun on my waist, I blow this bitch, no hesitate. I'm so grimy, I'm not shiesty, I do whatever for that cash. Once I make it with this rap shit, we at the bank, go clear the stash. And these bitches all on me, they know it's goon just by my mask. Lately I've been feeling different, I can't function without my mask. And my partners say I'm tripping, talk about bodies make me laugh. But my mama think I'm evil, I told her, mama, your son a goon. Told my bitch I'm rockstar living, I grab the mic, I shake the room. Know the devil trying to get me, and some niggas trying to whip me. I can't do a show up in your function unless them niggas with me. Cause they know I'm pistol packing, but my niggas brought the 50. So if a nigga wanna play, it's gon' get icky like Vicky. I'm that rose that grew from shit, I can turn shit into sugar. Get some diamonds in my ear, tell your bitch come lick the boogers. I'm in your city for the night, baby, I'm trying to get up with you. And I'm sliding with my niggas, I hope you got your sisters with you. Yeah. I'm so grimy, I'm not shiesty, I do whatever for that cash. Once I make it with this rap shit, we at the bank, go clear the stash. And these bitches all on me, they know it's goon just by my mask. I'm so grimy, I'm not shiesty, I do whatever for that cash. Once I make it with this rap shit, we at the bank, go clear the stash. And these bitches all on me, they know it's goon just by my mask.
What it do, world? We have returned. We are back. Third and final segment of Hood Tech presents the HoodCast. Let me get this screen off of here. We are back, everybody, with special guest Toni Blackman.
The amazing, incredible Toni Blackman. I feel like we need like an Eartha Kitt voice to introduce you. Something to sound nice. You know what I mean? So Toni,
Yeah.
we were talking about your ability to move and walk in faith. So
Uh-huh.
where's your faith taking you in the future? Where do you see yourself going from?
Oh, well, right now I am releasing the next 6 months, 7 months. I'm going to be releasing a song every month. And it's a hip hop meditation song. Right now, I have a track called I Love and Approve of Myself. I just put out the video and just working on the strategy, getting into a rhythm. I'm supposed to be meeting with someone at band camp in a couple of weeks. And just working the network and saying
Uh-huh.
yes to people who are offering resources to figure out how to position the music, making a decision. Should I pursue it as music? Should it be wellness content, wellness product, or what should it be? Because I'm making, it ended up being good music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just rethinking that.
Ended up being good music.
I shot 6 music videos over the past year and a half. And then I also, in December, I shot 21 meditation videos. And
Okay.
I did those videos because I was working on a project and there were Black and brown women on the production team. And they screamed when they saw the meditation video. And it was just a meditation video, but it was very well shot, with
Mm-hmm.
great lighting on brown skin. And then they started to talk, and I realized, and they said, there's nothing like people aren't doing this for us.
Really?
And it hadn't even occurred to me.
You would think
And
at this point there'd be something for us in
there's
every.
a lot of yoga teachers, but in terms of going in and so now more people are making, there's more music, there's more lyrical content, but some of the stuff that I've been working on is it's more unconventional,
Mm-hmm.
where I rap 12 bars, talk for 2 minutes, and then have a chorus and just allowing myself to do what it is that I do and to be in integrity with what's coming out of me, and then working with musicians and producers to make sure it's good, so they,
Right.
taking feedback like, no, Toni, you need a hook here. Toni, 8 bars is too short. Add, it needs to be 16 because I'm not a 16-bar writer.
Now,
Well, don't worry.
I
The
I
kids
am.
nowadays don't do 16
now,
bars either. They
Oh
do
I
no.
a
was
whole
desperate.
song. Yeah.
I was desperate to speak on it. I want to know your output on today's rap. Like you say.
Ooh.
I mean,
It's like, ooh.
the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like the song is like 2.5 minutes long.
Right.
I want to know your
What
perspective on the
Well,
lyrics.
you know what? I got all ages. I have 20 something mentors in my life. 24-year-old mentor who guides me on music marketing, who's teaching me. And I think what I listened to her about these two, like in the pandemic, I made about 8 1-minute songs, but then I got frustrated because the first 3 I put out, people asked me, "Where's the song?" And I was like, I didn't record a song. And then I was doing 15-second songs, 30-second songs that I recorded on my phone. Like, so I couldn't even go back and work on the track because I
Right.
was like working on my phone. And that's when I said, let me just do what I do. But I started creating shorter songs, shorter content. I do believe there's a place for longer material, but I'm an educator, I'm a teaching artist. And part of my mission is I get along with kids of all ages, kids of all cultures. I get along with kids even if we don't speak the same language. Like this is part of my purpose. I can walk into a room. I rock assembly still,
Oh
and
snap.
so I want to reach them.
Oh snap.
I want to impact them, and so I'm in between. I'm in the middle. However, I argue. I do a lot of MC coaching. I teach private freestyle session with 7 women every Friday. I just had a meeting today about this guy starting a freestyle collective. It's going to be 50 artists, and I'm facilitating. I do MC coaching. I'm working on Kwame Alexander's book, The Crossover. Got turned into a Disney series. LeBron James just came on executive producer. I'm the spoken word and rap coach. I work with the actors tonight, and it's 2 A-list children actors that I'm coaching. And we start with Cypher. We do 3 freestyle union cipher exercises. And then we study a poet. And I pull up dope poets, like from Saul Williams to Black Ice to Jamila Leah Scott. And then we go to Sonia Sanchez and Miriam Baraka and all those things. And so
Miriam Baraka.
I worked with Kwame Alexander to develop this program, but it's going to be hot. And the show is going to be hot because it's like they're playing basketball and spitting poetry. I mean, and they're brothers, like young brothers, they're actors. And so they've done major projects working with everybody from Tate
Toni,
Diggs.
I got a question.
Yes.
When do you sleep? When does your brain not move? Like, when is it
my
not?
brain,
I'm
my
listening
brain,
to all this. I'm listening to all this
my
stuff.
brain. Well, I'm one of those people in this, where whoever I was born to be, I didn't choose to be this way. And I'm one of those people who I learned to shut up. Like with a lot of people, I don't tell them all the stuff because they think I'm crazy and then they want to lecture me with their limitations. And I think each of us is designed differently, right? I am a high creative. Now, I'd be in a different financial space if I had learned business, if I acquired business acumen at a young age. But I came from a working class hood where, you were shunned if you said you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You go to school, you get a good job, or go over to the post office, or get a job at the steel mill and get you some benefits. So you had those two choices: become a nurse. That's it. There was nothing else. And so I spent 30 years deprogramming my childhood programming just to be an artist. And now I'm learning business. But the next step is for me to align with the right business partner who can help elevate it up. But everything is like, it's all in flow, yo. When you're in faith, like there's madness over here. There's some people who don't work with me because they're like, what you doing now? So I don't tell them, because guess what? It might take me 2 years to execute this, but it's happening. It took me the whole pandemic to get these music videos done. But I got 6 music videos. I got 21 meditation videos. I got 50 songs. I have this. And so I have a book. I have a book deal for Wisdom of the Cipher, spiritual insights that I've gleaned from hip hop. And it's not a big book, but I've been writing this book for 12 years. Then I had to rewrite it. And now I got the edits back from my editor and my brain, how to calm my brain down. So I just got to figure out what I need.
So you got a publishing deal for your book?
Yes. I had an agent. I had a dream agent on deck. And then that summer when I was really working on it, that's when my brother left the earthly plane. A lot happened and I just couldn't get myself together emotionally. But a lot of trauma, a lot of death trauma. 40 people I know personally died in the last 2 years. 40. I stopped counting. I'm sure it's more than 40 because there's, just since I've been here, 3 friends have died, and so getting used to death has been something. Yeah.
So was it from COVID or just some it's
been COVID. There was a lot of COVID in 2020. The 2020 started with my baby cousin, who is like my niece. I loved her dearly. Her father was like my brother. He's my first cousin, and we bathed together as babies with my grandmother and my grandfather. But his daughter was murdered. She was at work, and a man came trying to kill his ex-wife or ex whatever, and she got hit with the bullet. 24 years old. And so I'm speaking I went home to speak at the funeral to show love to my cousin and her mother. And it was bananas like that. That's how the year started. And then COVID hit. But then in COVID, my auntie, the reason I am a poet and an artist, she was an English teacher, is the reason I started writing. She saw that I was this smart kid and a nerd, and I couldn't play sports because of asthma. All my cousins were superstars. So she taught me how to write poetry so that I could deal with my stress, because I had a lot of self-imposed stress too. But it kept me alive. And she died from cancer. So she had 2 or 3 forms of cancer, and that was on top of COVID deaths. And then friends having strokes, heart attacks, all of it. And so now,
for sure.
We lost classmates as well. So it's just got me in a space of I'm doing it. And if you don't believe me, just watch. But it's happening, and I'm living every dream that I'm supposed to live in this lifetime. So I've narrowed it down.
No.
And everything that I have been working on is manifesting.
That's what's up.
That's what's
That is
So,
amazing. I thought the internet was trying to take us out again. I was like, do not do this to us, internet. Don't.
but here's the thing: it's all
Don't
connected.
you Bert us.
It's all connected. Hip hop meditation and mindfulness music, wellness content, wisdom of the cipher, spiritual insights I've gleaned from years of organizing hip hop. Let the lyrical meditation cipher podcast. It's me and 6 or 7 other women, and we spit on the theme of the week, which might be forgiveness, patience, taking risks, and then we talk about it. So it's a 35 to 40-minute podcast. There's a prayer, a meditation, a cipher, and a conversation. And that's the podcast. And that is like, it's intrinsically who I am. Like, that's some stuff we would do at your house on a Saturday, while you frying fish. And that's the kind of conversation that we have. So I wanted to that's my real life. I didn't have to package, didn't have to make nothing up. We're just going to pull it all together, make it tight. And even my last hip hop theater production, which I've tabled because I was doing too much. Mm-hmm. But there was a theater production company that wanted to pay for it. It's called Let the Cipher Say Amen.
How often do you have to table something because you're doing too much? How often do you have?
Part of my failure is that I do too much.
I can imagine.
And right now, there's so many opportunities coming at me. I have to say no to anything that's not going to help me pay my rent. And so that helps. Like I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Oh yeah, that's a definitely a
whole lot. Yeah, right there, that'll help.
I need some pesos, some cheese, some noodle. Yes, I need some cheese.
Jim, we can't hear you. I know it's got a couple. I know that Brooklyn rent ain't. I don't know what it's like in Senegal, but I know that Brooklyn rent is no joke.
Thank you.
I know that Brooklyn rent is no joke.
I
miss my little apartment over there on Park Place. It's no joke.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
thank you.
So if it don't pay the rent, it's easy to table it. You're like, I like your idea, but it's not don't pay the rent.
Yeah, but people,
I would love to get a freestyle or a poem or something, before we get off. And
okay.
I'm just doing this moment right here. It's a good moment right now, and I appreciate the show, and I really appreciate you being the strong Black woman that you are, and you continue to strive, and I wish you much success, me and the team, and keep doing a good. And just keep
Kokomo
doing.
Was very good at coaxing that poem out of you. I didn't think he would have to work that hard at it anyway. Jen, we still can't hear you, Jen. Where's the audio going? Gills, can you give us a poem? We're going to continue after this, but I think right about now, this is kind of like the section where this.
We do a verse. We do a verse. I don't know which poem. I've been writing a lot, so I don't have any clear things in my head. So I'm gonna do something I know. If you want to keep it all going and energy flowing, you must remember and know. Worry does not make us strong. It just brings the negative on. It becomes like a prayer. Although that we fear, intentions unclear, you be losing your hair and losing your sleep when your thoughts compete with your dream. When you're filled with worry, we lose patience when we're in a hurry, thinking ourselves into anxiety. Some will think you are crazy, 'cause you choose not to worry. Please let them be. Set yourself free. Manage your own energy emotionally. Faith without works just is dead, 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 dead. But there is no faith when you live in your head. Ha! Why worry? 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 Why worry if I have control over a thing? Why worry if I don't have a control over a thing? Why worry? Peace is within. Concentrate on having peace in your mind, and you will have peace in your heart.
I don't know if you were done yet, but if you could keep, if you had kept going, I could have just recorded that and listened to that every morning when I got up. Because that is
Well,
I don't know why. Today I knew because we're not even gonna get into what I do for a living when I'm not doing this, but it's stressful as hell. And today I knew I was like, this interview today is gonna help me get through the rest of this week.
Right.
Tony, I love you. I appreciate you. Listen,
Thank you.
tell the folks where they can find you. Of course, as well as we have the video here, we also have the audio that goes up on Podomatic. So the folks
Okay.
can, so those that subscribe to the RSS feed, they can hear you. So tell them where they can find you online.
Okay. Well, I'm on Instagram at Toni Blackman, ToniBlackman, and it's the same handle on Twitter. On TikTok, it's at Toni Blackman with the number 5. And so yeah, I'm posting a lot on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on Facebook. Not as much, but I'm there. And
Everywhere.
yeah, I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
And my YouTube channel, I have a how to freestyle series and my mindfulness content. So I'm heavily into artist development type of teaching and figuring out ways to use that teaching to help people feel good about themselves and to use it to release stress. Like for me, freestyling helps me to release stress.
I can imagine.
So I center myself. It helps me with my mental health. It's the freestyle that helps me build my wealth. Like it just helps me
Yeah,
relax.
yeah. I as a young kid, I learned to freestyle in I think 9th, 10th grade, and that was some
Yeah.
days that's the only way I could like get my morning going. It's
Hey,
like
get one.
some people get up and do push-ups and do exercise and go jogging. To freestyle in the shower while I'm getting ready to go get my day going. And
Yeah.
man, I appreciate you being here. Our
yes.
show ran over a little, but it's well worth it. And
I
you
was
are welcome back anytime you want to. Jen, if you got a
yeah.
question, type it in there, Jen, because Jen is trying to
I was
talk, but we can't.
no,
Nah,
I was muted earlier.
she was
Okay,
muted about
Jen, well,
herself.
ask your question before we go, because I don't, if we get off here and she don't ask this question, the rest of the week is gonna be shot. She gonna
Yeah, it
boycott the
really
Thursday
is.
night show. I can tell you that right now. Jen gonna give us hell.
So Tony, you do so
Yes.
many things,
Yes.
and I know this is not a job for you because you're
Right.
doing what you love. So what do you see for the future of what you're
For
doing?
oh, the future. This is my life's work. This is my life's purpose. I think the future might include me um, building business in ways I haven't. Like I have a
Mhm.
vision for owning land and having rental properties in Africa. I have a business partner, and we are discussing what that looks like, and figuring all of that out. Like that's my vision, and I would like to be able to create a retreat space, a safe space. I'm going to continue being an artist. I've tried leaving it. It doesn't leave me. So I have to
Mm.
figure out how to remain creative. But I really want to be able to build a bridge to the continent of Africa for diasporans from the US and from Europe and from South America to be able to create a space for us to get away. A lot of us don't
Mhm.
realize how easy it is to get away. And the
Right.
peace that I have when I make this pilgrimage each time, there is a peace that I have when my feet touch the dirt and the soil. And so I being able to identify what place on the continent works for your spirit. What feeds your soul? Where can you sit and sleep well at night? And I think it's just really, really important to have that sun on your skin, even if it's just for 2 weeks a year, you know?
Mhm.
And I want people to get out of the habit of 3-day vacations and to design lives where they can actually create space to breathe for themselves. The
Mhm.
life that we live in the West, the life that we live in the United States is not conducive to living.
No, it's not.
It's not. It destroys us. This is why so many people are dying. It kills us. It takes, and there's so many people I know who live their whole life without experiencing pure joy.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't. They don't.
I've never heard it stated that way. That the life that we live in the
Yeah.
United States, the way we live
Sometimes
it.
life make it hard.
Yeah.
How do
She's
you?
right.
It's hard over here in the United States, man.
But for those people who can't, I mean, I'm not saying they can't. You can do what you want to do. I hear people all the time say, I can't. But we make time to do what we want to do. How can you? I mean, I don't even know how to even ask this question. If I can't get on that plane and get over there and touch that soil and get that sun on my face, how can I get that mental? Is that what we can help?
What?
What your
Well,
series
that's
can
the
help us
thing
get
that,
to?
like, yes, that's what I did during the pandemic. I was quarantined. I'm immunocompromised, and I have all kind. That New York City vibe was not the move. It was zombie land.
Mm-hmm.
March 2020, April,
Oh
May, it was
yeah, yes.
zombie land. I have PTSD from the freezer trucks with dead bodies, the sirens, the
Gosh.
firecrackers, it was crazy. And being locked up for a month in your apartment, and so what I had to do was I had to learn how to go within. I had to learn how to find my joy. And it's stuff that we all have access to, sitting in the window with the sun hitting your body, right? The sun. It sounds so basic, but the sun, I discovered the sun is real during the pandemic. It was freezing outside, but if I got in that window between 9:30 and 10:30, 11 a.m., and I just sat there in the sun and let it hit my skin, I felt better, right?
Absolutely.
Using food as medicine. Using food as
Mm-hmm.
medicine matters. And I know meditation can be hard for a lot of us. Sometimes it's hard for me, but
Right.
practicing something related to meditation, even if it's 1 minute, 2 minute, taking time to clear your mind. There's a lot of people who absolutely cannot sit still for 3 minutes, adults.
Oh yeah, I know
And
that.
yet we
You're
make
looking at one of them.
children sit in school
Have a little
all
something called
day.
ADHD.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
children sit we want children to sit in school, and that's a whole reevaluating the education system, a whole another thing. But
That's
there
a
are
whole
things that
other
we can
show.
do, and moving your body. Dance plays a functional role in our culture with our people.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the unfortunate things about a lot of contemporary churches is they took out the soul.
Yeah, they did.
Like the choir sounds so polished, and it's like, what is this? Like, where's the soul? And then there's some churches that complain if the preacher screams.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
shouts, the shouting is therapeutic.
Yeah. They want everybody to sound like they're in Pro Tools.
Yep.
Moaning is healing.
Passing that plate around. Anybody, I give you anything. Around. And I give you anything. And this,
What my
really?
grandmother used to call the hooping.
It's an old plate that they got ATM machines out there now for you. You know,
Right.
I was at church one time and the preacher had the nerve to say to my special people, the special people with the title, y'all come on up here. Man, we all the same, man. But just because I didn't get much for it, I need to holler to Miss Brooke afterwards because you put in, we got your bank statement and you ain't did what you supposed to be putting in. It was a little short.
Oh my God! All right, before we derail this show,
Okay.
because y'all, Koki and Jen and myself included and GMAC, I'll let you know, Tony, we would take you down a ride that I don't know. We don't
Okay.
impact. We
It'll
don't want
get
to impact
dark
your
real
fan
quick.
base. We don't.
Right. But we therapeutic too. But
Yeah, we there.
another type of therapeutic.
But we have a tradition on this show. It's part of our thing that we do when we close it called random statements. We get a random statement from everybody, and it doesn't have to be about any particular thing. It's just whatever pops in your mind at the moment. I gotta warn you, you're surrounded by some crazy minds right now. They're probably just as
I'm not.
active and
I'm
The
not
person
irrepressible.
crazy.
talking included. The person
Person
talking
talking
Okay,
included.
wait.
I'm not
So, like I
crazy.
said, our random statements, and as you're our guest, we always ask, like, this is how we close our show. We ask for a random statement from everyone on the show. So, Tony, could you give us a random? It's the first thing that pops in your head.
Drink your water. You need to drink your water. Just drink your water and stay well hydrated. And
That
and,
was
and
that was
men
a safe one.
and I want the men to eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables. Eat your green vegetables.
Drink your water, eat your vegetables.
What about drinking something green?
Drinking something great. All right, since
Well,
this is still our
thank
Women's History
y'all.
Month episode,
Okay.
Jen, can you give us your random statement?
This is inspired by Miss Toni Blackman. In a world that wants women to be quiet, yell.
I like that.
Raise your voice.
Raise your voice.
All right, Kokomo, what you got
Okay,
for us?
y'all.
Always be prepared for your opportunity.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I like that. I'm telling you now, Tony, we're all being nice because you're here. So listen
Right.
Thursday.
That's what I'm listening to the
Yeah.
like.
When you
I'm like,
listen Thursday, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I was on that
I'm
show.
thinking
Well,
like,
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't
Thursdays
take.
will be dark.
Oh, Thursday's gonna get tough.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
mean,
shed some light on it.
thank y'all for having me.
it's
You're
I
much love,
welcome.
locked,
Tommy.
I
Thank you for
locked
coming through.
my people out. I put the key in the door wrong, and they're all like blowing me up. And they
Go
were
ahead.
like,
We're
I
gonna let
thought,
you go. We're not
Dad,
gonna
I
keep
thought
you.
the
See you
interview was
listen
at
to that.
midnight. What are you doing? And I was like, it's still going on, yo.
We go. G Mac, you want to get your random statement? Then I'm gonna do mine. We're gonna get out of here.
Never let anyone tell you what you cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my
Word up.
random statement is reach out to your friends because sometimes they can be your best and sometimes they can be your worst resources. But do reach out
Yes.
to your friends. Reach out
Aw.
to your
All right,
friends.
y'all.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Tony.
Peace,
you.
Thank
y'all.
you.
Peace,
Yeah.
peace.
Peace.
Thank
Get the
you.
group
Bye
Thank
hug.
you.
bye.
Can I get a group hug before we go? Can I get a group
Group
hug?
hug. Group hug.
Come in,
Well,
come in, come in, come in, come in,
Well,
come in.
world, thank y'all for coming through yet another HoodCast. We would like to thank Toni Blackman for coming through.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming through.
Tony Blackman, for coming through. That was
Yes.
amazing, y'all. I
yeah,
want to thank y'all for being on your best behavior. No, sometimes I don't like bringing company over because y'all know how to
it was Koki.
act.
Do we have somebody
Hope it
Thursday?
was good though. Did I? I was
Actually,
good.
You did good.
we April 4th, we've got the one Miss Tony Steels who missed her show last week. So she hit me up. So she's gonna be on April 4th.
So that's not
This
this
Thursday
Thursday, it's
coming
the
up.
next
No, we
Thursday.
don't. That's next Monday. We got
Next
Tony
Monday.
Steels. Thursday, 31st, we don't have a guest there. I'm talking to I Am Next to See. We'll see when we get him in. If he's not on, he won't be on this Thursday. That's too soon. But we got Tony on the 4th. Tony Steels on the 4th. We'll probably have Next to See on the 7th of April. So next Thursday, it's gonna be us with our hot topics. We're probably gonna dig a little deeper into that Chris Rock slapping situation and a lot of other foolishness that you're used to. And
Right.
the language and the liquor and the cigars will be back.
Okay.
Yes, it will, baby.
Okay.
All right,
So,
y'all. Have a good
Hey,
night.
are we saying
now
that?
this one, before we go, it should have been like
Before what?
this.
Yeah, he actually.
That slap. Slaps there all the way around, didn't it?
Let's get out of here, y'all.
Well, thank y'all for coming through. Y'all have
Peace.
a very,
Bye,
very
motherfucker.
good day.
Have a hood day.
Have a good day.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.